Everyone in the little village of Willowbrook knew one rule: never enter the old abandoned clock tower after midnight. But one night, the cutest little chicken in the entire village found a secret hidden inside. A clock that didn't tell time, a message that predicted the future, and a mystery that proved the chicken everyone underestimated was the only one who could save them. This is the story of Pip, the tiny chicken who discovered the secret of the moon clock. In the peaceful village of Willowbrook lived a tiny chicken named Pip. Pip wasn't like the other chickens. He had fluffy golden feathers, tiny sparkling eyes, little orange feet, and a personality so sweet that everyone smiled whenever he walked. Every morning, Pip would run around the village helping everyone. He helped the baker carry flour. He helped children find their lost toys. And every night before sleeping, Pip would sit outside and stare at the moon. Because Pip believed something was strange about it. The moon always seemed to shine brighter above the old clock tower. The clock tower had been abandoned for 50 years. Nobody knew why. Nobody went near it. Because people said something inside the tower was still awake. One night, Pip heard a strange sound. Tick, tick, tick. But the sound wasn't coming from a normal clock. It was coming from the abandoned tower. Pip's little wings shook. He was scared. But he was also curious. Slowly, Pip walked toward the tower. The giant wooden door opened by itself. Inside was darkness. Dust covered everything. Old pictures hung on the walls. And in the center of the room was a giant silver clock glowing under the moonlight. The clock had one message written on it.
Only the purest heart can turn the hands.
Pip tilted his head.
What does that mean?
Suddenly, the clock hands moved, and a hidden door appeared behind it. Behind the clock was a secret room. Inside were hundreds of old drawings. All of them showed a chicken. Not just any chicken, a chicken that looked exactly like Pip. Pip found an old diary. The first page said,
Many years ago, I built the moon clock. I knew one day a small chicken with a kind heart would find it.
How did they know I would come?
Suddenly, the tower lights turned on. A voice whispered,
Pip.
Who's there?
No answer. Only a shadow moving behind him. Pip turned around. Nothing. Then the diary opened by itself. A new sentence appeared.
The village is in danger.
The next morning, something strange happened. The entire village clock stopped. The sun disappeared behind dark clouds, and every animal in Willowbrook heard the same sound. A countdown. 10. 9. 8. Nobody knew what it meant. But Pip remembered the diary. He returned to the tower. Inside, the moon clock showed a vision. The village was covered in darkness. The river had dried, the flowers had disappeared, and a mysterious figure stood in the middle of the village. Pip looked closer. The figure wasn't a monster. It was an old chicken. An old chicken wearing a tiny blue hat. Pip followed the clues hidden inside the tower. Behind another secret wall, he found the old chicken. His name was Professor Feather. Professor Feather explained,
Pip, I created the moon clock to protect Willowbrook, but years ago, someone tried to steal its power. Before I could stop them, I hid the clock and waited for someone with a good heart.
Who tried to steal it?
The person is still here.
At that moment, the tower door slammed shut. A voice laughed.
Haha, you were too late, Pip.
A shadow appeared. Everyone expected it to be a dangerous villain, but when the shadow stepped forward, it was Pip's best friend, a tiny rabbit named Leo. Pip couldn't believe it.
Leo, why?
Leo looked sad.
I didn't want to destroy the village. I wanted the moon clock because it could bring back my lost family.
Pip realized Leo wasn't evil. He was desperate, but the clock was becoming unstable. The only way to stop it was someone had to make the final choice. Pip looked at the clock. Then he smiled. Everyone thought Pip would use the clock to save the village. But Pip did something unexpected. He didn't use the clock. He destroyed the power source. The moon clock disappeared. The darkness vanished. The village returned to normal. Everyone asked,
Pip, why did you destroy something so powerful?
Pip looked at the moon and said,
Because the greatest magic isn't inside a clock. It's inside the hearts of those who choose kindness.
Years later, the villagers built a statue of Pip. But there was one mystery nobody ever solved. Every night when the moon was full, a tiny ticking sound could still be heard from the old tower, and sometimes a new message appeared. Thank you, Pip.